Hey guys, not sure how many of you are going to be out there this early, but I did have a couple people request, like, you got to do a reaction video to Novak Djokovic versus Rafael Nadal. It was just incredible to me because I thought it was going to be a battle. Remember, last time these guys played, they played for nearly 6 hours. Both of them had a tough time even standing after the match. So it had all the makings of a classic because they were both playing great tennis. I mean, remember, going into the final, Rafa looked like Superman. It was like Superman versus Gumby, right? Because Novak is so flexible, he gets to everything. And I thought that because it looked like Rafa added a couple more weapons to his game, his serve was a little bigger, he was ending points sooner. And in their battles in the past, what had held Rafa back to me is he didn't have enough offense, that Novak was able to take control of the points and outpower him and kind of bully him around the court, which is kind of crazy when you think about Rafael Nadal being bullied around the court. But I mean, it just goes to show, number one, how good Novak Djokovic is. And number two is how he just loves Rafa's ball. There's something about Rafa's ball that I think Novak really, really loves. I'm trying to look for you guys' chat, but I can't see it when I do these videos. So if you guys are commenting, I'll look at them later and respond. But it's kind of crazy because what's happening now, and I know a lot of Rafa fans and certainly Roger fans. I'm actually a fan of all three. If I had to pick one, say who's my absolute favorite, I'm going to go with Roger. Everybody seems to love Roger. Roger seems to be everybody's favorite. But, a lot of people don't want to admit that Novak Djokovic might be the best player out of all three of them, that he, in fact, might be the greatest player of all time. Lots of people say, well, Roger's the greatest. And Rafa fans say, no, come on. Rafa beats Roger way more in big finals than Roger has. He deserves to be the GOAT. He's younger. He'll probably end up with more Grand Slams. And then Roger fans say, well, look at all the records Roger has, and he has the ultimate record of 20 Grand Slams, so he deserves to be number one. Plus, no one plays like Roger, which is absolutely true. And it's hard for people to admit that Novak Djokovic, in fact, might be the greatest player of all time. And I mentioned this yesterday on Facebook, and a lot of people were kind of like almost like offended, like I'm disrespecting other legends of the game. Just because I'm saying Novak Djokovic deserves to be in that conversation doesn't mean that I'm discrediting any other great player. I'm not trying to take anything away from Rod Laver or Borg or McEnroe or Sampras or Agassi or Roger or Rafa. They're all some of the greatest players of all time. But here's what we got to start really giving respect to, because it's not like this guy's just doing it once or twice, or he's the new kid on the block. He has now, for 7 years, since 2012, if you really look at it, he has dominated Roger and Rafa, okay? I mean, there's just no other way to put it. And the word dominated is not, I'm not taking that lightly. If you really look at what's happening, he has dominated those guys. He has beaten them way more than they have beaten him. And you can't really use the age thing, I don't think. I'm sorry. You just can't do that because Roger just in the last couple of years won a couple of majors. And I think in a lot of ways, Roger continues to become a better player, believe it or not. The older he gets, he adds tools, just like Rafa adds tools. So I don't think that these guys are becoming weaker players or becoming old or out of their prime. It's just that Novak is just that good. He is, to me, the ultimate unbeatable matchup because he just does everything perfectly. His serve is like, it's strong, but it's not great, but it's stronger to me than, it's like in between Rafa and Federer's. So it's not as good as Federer's, but it's better than Rafa's, and he's able to get more free points off of that. He's more consistent than Roger. Roger plays with fine margins. If you watch Roger, if you ever watch Roger play live, his ball is going low over the net. It's hard to be as consistent as Novak when you're Roger, because Roger has those fine margins that he plays with, and it's beautiful to watch when he's on. But when he gets a little nervous and he misses, as a Roger fan, I start to get nervous. I start to see Roger's balls fly out. And so, And then Rafa, as awesome as he is, you can see what really gets to Rafa is that his big buggy whip forehand that goes high over the net and drops and explodes on a lot of people. Novak loves that on the backhand. Look at how often he was stepping in. There was a couple of backhands where he stepped in, jumped up in the air, and crushed it. So he likes the Rafa spin, where a lot of people, they get on the court with Rafa, like it obviously totally overwhelmed Tsitsipas when he got out there on the court with Rafa, and the way Rafa can, he's so aggressive and he can bully you around the court, and that spin can really eat you up, especially a one-hander, which Tsitsipas has. But Novak loves it. He thrives on that. And then when you look at them moving around the court, as fast as Rafa is, Novak can actually make him look slow. Like, how is he doing that? He's making Rafa Nadal. That's what's crazy to me. He's making him look slow in a lot of their matchups. And a lot of their matches, sometimes they have classic battles, but sometimes Novak is literally putting the beat down on Rafa. So I just want to get your comments. Let me know what you think. I wish I could see this is the last time I'm going to set up a chat like this because I keep not seeing. I can set up another way, and I can't see your comments, and it's frustrating to me. But I just want to know what you guys think here. Does Novak, besides this me giving him the claim of he's the GOAT, does he at least deserve to be in the conversation now of GOAT? Like I think Sampras does. I know Sampras had 14 majors, and so that's not as many as Roger. But I put Pete Sampras right in there for an argument for GOAT with because I don't think anybody's had the weapons that he has. Different weapons. Like, to me, I'd love to see a Novak Pete Sampras matchup. And if I were to if they were going to play at Wimbledon, I would find it hard to believe that Pete in his prime would lose to Novak as great as he is on grass. So it also comes down to surfaces. But, I'd love to see a Novak Djokovic, Pete Sampras matchup, U.S. Open final. We could bring that back and see who'd win, big serve against a big return. It's almost like an Agassi 2.0 because he moves faster than Agassi and has probably maybe even a better return. But, so I think that those are the guys that deserve the conversation for greatest of all time. Of course, a lot of people say Laver. So you got to put him in the conversation. Didn't get to see him play much, but we'll put Laver in there. We'll put Pete Sampras in there. I think. I don't think Agassi's there. You definitely got to put Roger and Rafa there, but I think Novak deserves to be there too, guys. Let me know if you like that. Give all the Novak fans, give this video a thumbs up if you think, hey, it's time to give this dude respect. It's just that we got so used to seeing Roger and Rafa, and we fell in love with them, and we love the debate of the two of them maybe being the greatest, that it's like three's a crowd. But, Novak's worked his way in there to where I think he deserves to be in the conversation. He's got 15 Grand Slam titles now. He looks like he has no signs of slowing down. And to me, he is more consistent than the two of those guys. And he has the winners, and he has better defensive skills, and maybe a little mentally tougher than Roger. And so I think the difference between him and Roger is he might be a little mentally tougher when he's on his game, and he doesn't make as many mistakes. And when he's against Rafa, he's got more offense, and he appears to be faster. He appears to be faster to me. So let me know what you think. Comment. Like the video, share the video, join in the debate, call me an idiot if you think I'm way off. But I mean, how can you not? It's not disrespectful. Some people said it was disrespectful to other greats to bring Novak in this conversation. I think it's disrespectful not to bring Novak in the conversation. I mean, he's got 15 Grand Slams, and I don't think anybody would debate that Roger and Rafa deserve to be in the conversation for greatest of all time. And this guy is destroying them now. So let me know what you think. And let's see what happens at the French Open. Will Rafa take control? Will he take control on that clay again and get another, what would it be, his 12th? Would it be his 12th French Open if he wins? That would be insane. So, I mean, all these guys are just off the chart amazing. No disrespect to anybody, but let's give Novak some respect. In my opinion, I think he deserves it. And super impressive performance yesterday. Shocking. I thought I was going to see a 5-set classic, and it was over. It was over when it started. Let's be honest. So thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.